gonna say when you're scared, I'll take your hand.
And welcome back to the Tulsa Sound Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Eric, and here's my co-host, Oscar Padron, and we have a special guest in the studio for you this evening.
All right. It is great to be here tonight. Welcome to the Tulsa Sound Podcast. I'm Oscar Padron, your host, and I am excited beyond belief. It is a dream come true. We have Brad Absher with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to talk about the Tulsa Sound, Tulsa Blues, and his latest record, The T. Eric, it's been a wonderful, wonderful season for music in Tulsa, and there's lots going on. And today
it is.
Well, we actually have a special date. Today is a special date, actually.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's what is the date on your watch, Mr. Brad?
Well, I believe it's March 27th.
All right, and March 27th is the anniversary of the passing of Mr. Jimmy Karstein, and we want to mention that and have a moment here for Jimmy. Jimmy's the reason, one of the reasons we do the show. He was an inspiration in my life, and man, what a great guy. And when we lost Jimmy, we thought we need to start telling these stories, and we need to get them down, or else they'll get lost. So,
Indeed.
It's really important that we're here. And Brad is fresh from an event that he just came straight to the studio from. Brad, what's been going on?
Man, not much. I'm so glad to have you guys.
All right.
You guys had me on. I mean, it's cool. I've been checking out the podcast since you guys started, man. I'm a fan.
Uh-oh.
I like it.
We're sorry.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. Is that the easy button?
It's a hype button.
Woo! Give me some hype out there. Yeah,
zoo for everyone. Woo!
Nice.
So tell us about the event that you were at this evening.
Well, it's been 1 year since we lost Mr. Karstein, and that guy goes back way deep in the Tulsa sound. I mean, right back to the beginning. I mean, seriously, David Gates and the Accents. Jimmy was the drummer. I mean, that's way, way, way back there in early Tulsa musical folklore, And his wife Jackie just has had a year now to get something together and get her thoughts together and her videos and pictures, and she just put on an amazing thing at the church studio tonight. And as you can imagine, all the old timers were there, and we had a great time and told stories about Karstein.
Now,
Tulsa.
Man, what a fantastic event. Who were some of the old timers that you mentioned just now that happened to have been there this evening?
Well, one of the oldest timers, of course, is Don White.
Don.
Another guy that goes all the way back to absolute square one of the Tulsa Sound.
Absolutely. Don White is part of square one of the Tulsa Sound.
When you really look at it, almost every Tulsa musician from back then, if you ask them how they got started, they were in Don White's band, one way or the other. They came through the Don White school of funkiness.
Man, that's great. Okay. Pryor certainly had a lot of reverence for Don White.
Oh, man, and, absolutely.
When Steve was misbehaving, he would hide from Don White.
Yep, absolutely.
That's a fact. So who else was at the event this evening? Who else was there?
Oh, man, I got to see Steve Hickerson, my favorite guitar player, the guy that taught me how to work a guitar amp, and of course, the Red Dirt Rangers all send their love, and they all say, hey.
Howdy, boys.
They're doing great, and man, the Tea Garden, of course, was there. And,
okay, so Senior was there.
Oh, yeah, Senior was there, and the guy I enjoyed talking to the most was Gary Gilmore. Gary was a bass player for Taj Mahal back in the day, back when they were the hottest band in the land, And he laid this information on me tonight that I did not know, because those first two records were Gary Gilmore on bass and Chuck Blackwell played drums. Well, he told me tonight when he first got the gig with Taj, Karstein was the drummer already, and then when Karstein quit, Blackwell got the job, and the rest is history.
He did the following.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Karstein actually had the gig first and brought another Okie in.
Well, that's the way it should be, keeping
Right.
it all in the house. And
That's right.
Everything.
Well, and that was that era, the golden era of California music, which was the golden era of Tulsa music, really. I mean, all those guys were out there. I mean, everybody you can name, from Carl Radel to, they all went to L.A. and they all kicked ass,
That was I think Leon kind of cut a path for a lot of folks, but it was their talent that got him success there. because
Absolutely, man.
It's
Yeah.
not the type of place where you just show up and, hey, you're from Tulsa. You've got to be great.
That gets you. That only gets you so far. Then you got to be able to. You had the goods, and all those guys really delivered.
Well, and of course, they kind of had to as well because you had to eat. And there
That's
wasn't
it.
a lot else to do back in those days.
That's it.
Oh man! So
That's it.
who else was in attendance this evening, Brad? I hate to pick your brain like this.
Well, man,
We want all the names.
you name it. I can't think of all the names, but there were. It was a who's who.
So we had a slideshow presentation at the church this evening. What a wonderful thing. And we'd
Yep.
like to thank the good folks at the church studio, our friends. And man, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Very cool to be here.
Eric, I was just thinking earlier today about the first time
You were thinking?
Occasionally I get to do that.
I can't believe it.
Don't underestimate me. That's my mother's job. Hey. Woo! All right. But I was thinking about the first time I ever met Brad Absher. And
Tell us about it, baby.
well, I had to go back in my little memory file, and I went into
That was
the
Donnie's song, by the way. Just play. Go ahead.
I had to go into the Sound Warehouse
Sound Warehouse
on
the one and
Cherry
only.
Street, yes, and to purchase a Mazeppa box set. And Brad sold me a Mazeppa box set
Nice choice.
back in the day, and that's the first time I remember meeting Brad. But Brad, when do you remember meeting me?
Wow. Well, it would have been right after that when we started the Heaven Devils with Steve, and when I started hanging out with Briar a little more. You were at all the gigs and always there, and I think that was when it was. Must have been around 1990, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's about right. And, Club One in those
That's it.
days was ground zero for the Heavens Devils.
That's it, man.
And
That's it.
I am proud to say that I witnessed the birth of the Heavens Devils.
Right.
I was there night one.
You were.
And it was fantastic. And I got to tell you, it was an experience. Man, these guys.
That was a fun time.
And this was a fantastic blues duo in the city of Tulsa at the time. There are a lot of people that aren't familiar with the Heavens Devils, so I'm going to tell a quick little story. The Heavens Devils were just fabulous, and it was a side project done by Steve Pryor and my good friend Brad Absher, and it just kind of came about on like a Monday or Tuesday night down at Club One. And Steve had this notorious habit of sitting in on other people's gigs without warning,
Right.
or letting them not letting them know at all. He just showed up and just said he was playing, and that was it. And I feel like it maybe had a genesis in that from time to
Yeah,
time.
well, you're always here, so let's just go ahead and do this.
Right on.
But yeah, it was an amazing sight. And the fact is, it didn't matter that the audience was even there. These guys were on stage playing for each other, and
That's right.
You guys were in a head cutting contest unlike anything I've ever seen.
That's it. Well, it was
And
good fun.
It was good for both of you,
Right.
And it was just a fabulous thing to witness as an artist and to watch you guys both collaborate and grow.
It was great fun.
Was something to behold, and
good fun.
I recommend anybody.
I'm glad I was young.
Oh man,
You did that.
to dig up some Heavens Devils. Find Heavens Devils in the Tulsa Sound Podcast playlist. You can find all kinds of it there. So look through our created playlist on our YouTube channel, and you'll find some Heavens Devils.
No kidding. I'm gonna have to check this out myself
absolutely.
then.
So, what's been going on with you, Brad? You've
Well,
been all over. You've been traveling. You've been out in the country. What?
Travel a little bit. We travel a little bit. Well, we got the new Tulsa Tea record out.
Okay.
We're still schlepping that, and it's 9 originals and one cover. We do a song from our friends the Iguanas, and we've been playing a little bit behind that, And we got the Carney Fest coming up.
Yes.
April the 15th. They're going to close down the street there by the church studio at 3rd and Trenton. And they're going to throw quite a party. It's a 12-hour thing, 11 to 11. And it's everybody from us to Reverend Horton Heats, the headliner, and